Om Shanti. Good morning, all divine angels. Today we are going to listen Baba's Avyakt Murli. Date is 14th April 1973. In today's Murli, especially Baba is explaining about the importance of pure thoughts. Along with that, power of the gathering. When we have pure thoughts in a collective form, then what will happen? How we can lift iron-edged mountain? What is the technique, method to glorify the Father? That's what Baba is explaining in today's Murli. In this spiritual journey, we all are having experience that when we do meditation, yoga, alone, that is the different experience. But when we do meditation in a collective form, definitely that time we feel power, vibrations, very high energy. Am I right? That's what Baba is explaining in today's Murli. That to have pure thought in a collective form, so there is very high energy, high power, and through that, we are able to glorify Baba's name. So let's listen Baba's Murli. Murli heading is the power of the gathering. The power of the gathering, one thought. With which thought are all of you sitting? Do all of you have one thought? Just as at that moment, all of you had one thought. In the same way, stabilize yourself in the love of one. That is, in order to have a meeting with the one, you have to have the one pure thought of becoming bodiless. What can this one pure thought of everyone in a collective form do? What can this one pure thought of everyone in a collective form do? No one should have any other thought, since all of you are stabilized in one constant stage. Tell me, what wonders the power of pure thought of 1 second can perform? Similarly, you have to practice creating one pure thought. That is, having a constant stage in a collective way. Only then will the name of the Shakti army be glorified in the world. I repeat, you have to practice creating one pure thought, that is, having a constant stage in a collective way. Only then will the name of the Shakti army be glorified in the world. When they go onto a battlefield for battling, soldiers in all 4 directions start shooting on the one order at the same time. If they do not surround everyone in all 4 directions on the one order, At the same time, they cannot be victorious. Very nicely Baba explaining here, giving example. In the same way, when on one signal, the spiritual army in a collective form stabilizes in a constant stage in 1 second, the drums of victory will be heard. Now, see whether everyone in a collective form experiences the same thought and the same powerful stage, or are some stabilized in that stage while some are still busy in just stabilizing themselves, and others are busy in destroying their own obstacles? Would the drums of victory beat as the result of that collective form? Definitely no, right? So here Baba is explaining that when we create pure thoughts in a collective way, then only the drums of victory will be heard. Many times what happens, we feel that I'm okay with my efforts, with my purusharth. But here Baba is emphasizing that to get victory, to lift the iron-edged mountain, there is need the power of gathering, right? So that Baba is saying that we have to stabilize ourselves in one thought, in constant beautiful stage, in a collective form. Then only we can able to glorify the Baba's name. The drums of victory will beat when all the thoughts of everyone are merged in one thought. I repeat, the drums of victory will beat when all the thoughts of everyone are merged in one thought. So, do you have such a stage? Will the iron-edged mountain be lifted by the fingers of constant stage of only a few special souls? Or will it be lifted with everyone's finger? The image that shows one finger of everyone is the symbol of one thought. In the scriptures, they portrait that about the Govardhan mountain, right? That everyone has given the cooperation as one finger. So Baba is saying that that is the symbol of the one thought, one direction and one constant stage of everyone in a collective form. I repeat, the image that shows one finger of everyone is the symbol of one thought, one direction, and one constant stage of everyone in a collective form. So today, Bap Dada is asking the children when and how they will lift the iron-edged mountain. You have been told how, but when will it be lifted? When you give the order. So Baba asked that, but when will it be lifted? So someone said, when you will give the order. So Baba Dada is saying, are you ever ready in a constant stage? What order will Baba give? The order you will be given is to stabilize yourself in a constant stage in a second. Are you ever ready to put such an order into practice? So Baba is asking us, are you ever ready to put such an order into practice? That second is a second for all time. It should not be that you stabilize yourself for 1 second and then come down again. So I remember one example of our yajna. In 1993, there was plan to build Gyan, but that time yajna was not having sufficient money. During those days, our respected Dadi Prakash Maniji had very great thought, and that thought was that each Brahman have to contribute each day just 1 rupee. And Dadi had given this thought that this to Brahman family. So that time we were having 3 lakhs Brahman. And if each Brahman contribute each day 1 rupees, then per month, per day, it is like 3 lakhs. And whole month, around 90 lakhs. So throughout the year, there was sufficient money and build up the Gyan server. And now we are seeing, we are experiencing that place, so many programs runs, so many conferences happen, we do there. So how Dadi had that great thought, just one thought, and given to everyone, and everyone run with that beautiful thought, and what was happened, right? So here also Baba is explaining that we all have responsibility to lift the iron age mountain, but that is the not task of only the Bap Dada or God, but we children have to make that task, lift the iron age mountain. And when we will do in a collective way, collective form, then it will be very, very easy. That's why Baba said here that they shows that finger. That finger is actually the one thought, one direction, and one constant stage in a collective form. In this way, we can fulfill the Baba's task. We can glorify the Baba's name. In order to enlighten non-Jnani souls, you have constant pure vishesh and benevolent feelings, and try to enlighten them. In the same way, do you try to stabilize this divine gathering in a constant stage, and also in a constant stage, and also increase the power of the gathering by using various methods with one another. So here Baba is emphasizing we have to do efforts or purushat to stabilize our divine gathering in a constant stage, and we have to increase the power of gathering by using the different kind of methods. Do you also make plans through which visions can be received of the image of this divine gathering in their constant stage? अब कहते अपनी इस दैवी संगठन की शक्ति बढ़ानी हमें, उसके लिए हमें एक रस स्थिति में स्थित होना बहुत जरूरी है. As long as the constant stage of this divine gathering is not revealed, the revelation of Vabdada will not come close. Are you ever ready to such an extent? You have kept the aim of being world emperors, not of being independent kings. So here Baba is explaining very nicely that why we should do the effort in a collective form, because our aim is to being the world emperors, not the independent kings, right? That's why we have to do efforts to fulfill that responsibility in the collective way. You will attain your aim by imbibing the qualifications from now. The responsibility of each Brahman is not just to make the self constant. The responsibility of each Brahman is not just to make the self constant, but to be cooperative in order to make the entire gathering become stabilized in a constant stage. Do not become happy just because you are all right by yourself. No, as I said, that I'm okay with my purusharth, my efforts. No. Baba is saying, do not become happy just because you're all right by yourself. No. If even one bit in a selection or a necklace is different, that necklace does not look beautiful. So too, the power of the gathering is the speciality of this godly knowledge. The power of the gathering is the speciality of this godly knowledge. This is the difference between their knowledge of the soul and this godly knowledge. So, ordinary knowledge and this godly knowledge. What is the difference? That's what Baba is explaining here. This is the difference between their knowledge of the soul and this godly knowledge. That here we are having power of gathering. This is the speciality of this godly knowledge. There, they do not have the power of the gathering, but here you do. So, it is through this speciality of godly knowledge that this time has been remembered in the world throughout the cycle. When will the establishment of one religion, one kingdom, and one direction take place? The speciality of Brahman gathering continues practically in the form of deities. This is why you are asked whether the speciality through which wonders are going to be performed, through which your name is to be glorified, through which revelation is to take place, through which the ordinary and alaukic forms are to be revealed, is visible in a practical way. Are you ever ready in this speciality? So many things will be done through the power of gathering. So Baba is asking us that, are you ever ready in this speciality? Are you ever ready in the form of a gathering? Underline, are you ever ready in the form of gathering? The result of the previous cycle is fixed anyway. But now, remove the veil. All the brides are behind the veil. Now, let your faith take the practical form. In some cases, the corporeal form becomes a subtle form. In some cases, the corporeal form becomes a subtle form. To put this into the corporeal form means to reveal the perfect stage. The other day, you were told that transformation has taken place in everyone, but that you now have to reveal the complete transformation. So, according to time demands not to have transformation as an individual level, but Baba is saying that to reveal the complete transformation, we need that transformation in a collective form. When you speak of yourself, you say a lot of transformation has taken place. But even then. Baba says that you speak of yourself, that you say a lot of transformation has taken place, but even then, why do you have to use the words but even then? बहुत कुछ परिवर्तन हुआ है फिर भी. तो बाबा कहते why we are using, why we say फिर भी, but even then, even these words should be finished. Each one has a basic main sanskar which you call your nature. There shouldn't be the slightest stress of this remaining. At present, by saying this, you free yourself. When anything happens, you see, that was not my intention, but my nature, and sanskars are like that. So, Baba is reminding us that many times something happens, we say that actually it was not my intention, but because of my nature, because of my sanskar, it happens. So Baba is saying here need to transform and need to remind ourselves that what I'm saying that this is the my sanskar or my nature, actually this is not my nature, but I forget my original nature. I have to emerge my original nature and I have to use in a practical way that my real original nature. That's what I was explaining here. That was not my intention, but my nature. And sanskars are like that. It was not like that. Is this called a perfect nature? Each one own main sanskar. That one is the original sanskar. All of us, our original sanskars are very pure. Only when you transform this will you become perfect. So here Baba is saying that there is need to transform that my nature to the original nature. Then only we can reach to our perfect stage. It is easy to transform little mistakes, but the last effort to transform your main sanskars. So here Baba is saying that we should not focus to transform the little mistakes, but main cause, that is the root cause of our nature, what we imbibe from the others, right? So that's what Baba is explaining to need to change, need to transform. Only then will you make the stage in the gathering constant. Now, do you understand? It is easy to do this, isn't it? It is easy to copy. So Baba is asking and Baba is only giving the answer. So it is easy to copy. It is easy or difficult to finish your own main sanskars and to copy the sanskars of Baba. When you copy these, they will become real. So here Baba is giving the method, the technique to transform the own ordinary sanskars. So we can copy the Bapdada sanskars, and in this way, we can transform our sanskars. So Baba is saying that when you copy these, they will become the real. All of you should be equal to the sanskars of Bapdada. If each one becomes similar to Bapdada, then the sanskars of Bapdada will be visible in each one. So, who will be rebuilt? Bapdada? It is said on the path of devotion, Wherever I look, I only see you. कहते हैं ना भक्ति मार्ग में, और जिधर भी देखो तो ही तो. Same thing Baba is explaining here, that if all of us, if each one becomes similar to Bap Dada, then the sanskars of Bap Dada will be visible in each one. So who will be rebelled? Bap Dada. It is said on the path of devotion, wherever I look, I only see you. However, here, wherever people look, whomsoever they see, they should only see the sanskars of Bap Dada in a practical form. So, Baba reminding what is our responsibility in the collective form. When other souls see the direct children of the Bap Dada, then Bap Dada saying they should feel, they should see the Bap Dada sanskar in each children. They should only see the sanskars of Bap Dada in a practical form. Is this difficult? You find it difficult. So if we feel difficult, then Baba is giving reason behind it. You find it difficult when you use your own intellect instead of following. You find it difficult when you use your own intellect. जब हम खुद की बुद्धि लगाते हैं instead of कि बाबा ने जो कहा है उसको follow करने के बदले, you then become trapped in the net of your own sanskars. And you ask, how can I free myself? It is only when you are completely trapped that you make effort to come out. So see, Baba says that you only use your intellect and you get trapped. And then we only ask that how can get free from that net. So it is only when you are completely trapped that you make effort to come out. This is why it takes time and energy. When you continue to follow, both your time and energy are saved and accumulated. So instead of using our own intellect, what is Bap Dada is saying, what Brahma Baba has done, if we follow to him, then Baba is saying that we are able to save our time and energy. हमारा जमा का खाता बढ़ता है. In order to make difficult things easy, what lesson do you have to make firm and thereby attain success in your final effort? That which you were told about just now following the Father. This is the first lesson, to follow the Father. This is the first lesson. However, it is the first lesson that will bring about the final stage. So we can say first and last lesson is the same. This is the first lesson that will bring about the final stage. Therefore, make this lesson firm. Do not forget it. You will then become free from mistakes and constant for all time. To have the Sthiti, constant stage, and to make ourselves free from the mistakes. Baba is saying that there is only the one, that is the first lesson, to follow the Bap Dada. Then it's very easy. We can make ourselves free from the mistakes and we can achieve that constant, powerful stage. Acha. To such intense effort makers, to the elevated souls who always remain constant, to those who follow one direction and have deep love for only one, Namaste. Acha. Spiritual children says to the spiritual father and mother, good morning and namaste. So let's have few seconds for churning reflection. Om Shanti. Murli is so easy and powerful. Feel free and share your journey or reflection.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. When you just read this Murli, sister, I just remembered 3 years back, I think it was 2020. What a collective vibration we all had for COVID. When I remember that one, I just thought about that. That's why I'm sharing it with you. Diya in hand and Diya in mind. When all of us were asked at a particular moment to hold the flame in hand and to think of some thoughts, when all the collective vibrations, we were asked to forget everything, just come outside our house, hold the diya, and we were united in our minds, united in our thought, united in our energies. What powerful energy it was for that time. And they are all souls, no BKs or anything. I still remember that energy power which people had, at least in the place where I'm staying, to see what faith. So when faith could really pull people together with such a cause to come together, to hold something which was just given, maybe because it was a COVID, people all were frightened and came. But I think that was an indication for me that that's a starter. That was just a starter for Baba to know it will happen. When that time will come, when you need collective vibration, collective will come. That was a unique experience, which really immediately I could recollect when this Murli started. Om Shanti.
Very good, Ginjamin. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Very deep, Murli. And wherever I look, I only see you. Wherever people look at me, they only see only one thing: Bap Dada's sanskar. I think that is the ultimate stage which Baba expects each one of us to have, and that's the real key point of the today's Murli. That the main sanskars, or which I call as my nature and all, they need to be finished with the power of faith and with the power of the gathering. And this then we can actually signify this time. This is that special time when we can do that. Then the power of gathering has been remembered in the history. So I think this power of gathering, or the power of mastermind, is real power, and which can transform each one and bring everyone alike Bap Dada in the sanskars. Om Shanti.
Shanti, very nice, Om Bhai. Very powerful point you shared with all. Yes, anybody else?
Om Shanti. So
Vijay Bhai.
yeah, So in this, Murli Baba clearly mentioned about how and when the iron-aged mountain will be lifted. So when we all attain that collective form stage, one thought, one direction, one constant stage, right, of everyone in a collective form, that's when the revelation will take place, and that's when the Shakti army name will be glorified. Um, so collective form, everything in a collective form is always powerful. When one person do something and a group of people do something, then the result is always different, right? So similarly here, Baba says everyone should do it everything in a collective form. Yeah. So thank you.
Yes, very good, very true. Yes, anybody else?
Okay, sister, if there's no one, I would just like to share one more point. I would just need your permission for this. You know, I was brought up in a convent and I studied in a convent. And I remember the word over there, it's a biblical verse. It's called as the power of a gathering. Actually, if you see in the Murli, they have given us as power of organization. But power of gathering has such a profound feeling, because I remember in that biblical verse, it was given, heaven made a sound, a roar was heard, and God's power was revealed on the earth to bring God on earth. I just loved that one sentence. Whenever the word of power of gathering come now, I remember the roar, I call it as destruction. God's power is when Shiv Baba comes down to fix up. And that was the concept of the biblical verse, which they always said, the whole family used to sit together, dine together, read the Bible together. And I liked that one concept of together, where each one tolerated each other, accommodated each other, and cooperated. So I had that kind of feeling of gathering over here. And today, when Baba gives that analogy of a battlefield, we know, we have seen this Mahabharata and Ramayana and all. When the war starts, each one should start the war only at that particular time. And everyone's cannon, everything is there. What would happen if someone is not ready? So that thing which Baba is telling us, so be ready now. So this concept I liked, what the analogy which Baba has given us, where we need, if we need, and this is the basis for golden age. In the golden age, we have one religion, one direction, one kingdom. How did it evolve in the golden age? It is all now which comes there. Otherwise, it's fiction to think about one religion. I just wanted to share this analogy, sister. Thank you.
Yes, very good. To make hell to heaven, there is need of the power of gathering. That's what Baba is explaining today. That when that oneness will come here, then only we can make the one religion, one world, and one kingdom. Definitely. And for that, Baba is saying base is we should stabilize in a collective form in a one pure thought. That's for that Baba said that constant stage is required in a collective way. Then we can save our time and energy also, and we can lift up the iron age very, very easily. Yes. Okay, anybody wants to share some other point?
Om Shanti, sister. So my takeaway is Baba is telling that one constant thought, one pure thought means to be in constant stage.
Yeah.
So that is stabilized. We can make stabilized, and that pure thought may be of becoming bodiless, so that we can all practice that one pure thought. So to reveal Bab Dada. And one more takeaway is to copy Bab Dada, so we can reveal him the exact copies. Wherever people see, they can see the sanskars of Bab Dada. So that is, one is to becoming bodiless, that is like Shiv Baba, and second one is to copy with Dada, Bab Dada. Om Shanti, sister.
Shanti, yes, very nicely you explained that. Baba explained now that jahan dekho wahan to hi to. So in the Gyan we get that understanding that what's meant that. So Baba said that it's our responsibility actually that whoever see Baba's children they feel that they should experience the Baba's sanskars, Bab Dada's sanskars. Yes.
The collective, I'm sorry. Yeah, I would like to share one more point. If,
No problem. Yes, carry on. Yes, Vijay.
yeah, the power of gathering, especially when it comes to thought, right? So one single thought, everybody have the same thought at the same time. That can really bring an impact in this atmosphere, actually. So there is a book that which talk about that. So there they say if just 100 people sitting in a room and they all think one thought, everybody think the same, then that is going to create a big impact in the atmosphere. But the difficult part would be to have everyone think the same thing. So it's uh, I don't know how that is possible, because if we all take our we think ourselves, right? We all listen Murli class and everything, but at the same time, our thought pattern, what we are thinking will be different, right? Each one of us will have a different thought, right? So when the stage will be practically happening, I don't know, but this is there even in science also. They are saying this, when collective energy can come together, it can really make an impact. So Baba is also trying. Baba is also saying the same thing. That knowledge would have come from some yogi would have written that possibly. But how this is going to happen, when this is going to happen, probably towards the end, when we all become perfect. Somebody can.
Yeah. Vijay bhai, I would like to share here that we all are having such an experience that just remember the Baba Day, Bab Dada Padravani Day, and that particular time where all Brahmins are sitting in the Diamond Hall, and we all are in that stage, if whether we are not at the Madhuban, but still we have thought that today I'm going to meet Baba. Today Baba is coming to meet me, right? And that one thought make very, very powerful vibes, powerful stage. And we all have that experience. We all had that experience, right? So same way, Baba is explaining here that for few minutes or few hours, we stabilize ourselves in one thought, and we had that feeling, that experience. So Baba is saying that in the collective form, it doesn't matter where we are, that in collective form physically we are not together, but at the level of thought we can make that, and that will happen gradually. And right now we are experiencing that. Earlier there was the gathering of the Brahman children, but right now there is so much change, and everyone has that wish, that pure thoughts. So in this way only Baba is explaining that we should need to go forward. And that's why our yajna is also making so many different kind of programs of the bhatti, or every day we are getting thought from the Madhuban, that for the means soman throughout the day, that when we take that one soman in the collective form and we practice that, then definitely we are moving forward, or we are helping to raise, to lift the iron aged world. Am I right? I think you are getting clarity.
Sister, that was very beautiful. Could you add one thing about, you're so experienced? You spoke about Dadi Prakash Mani's effort. You know, the third Sunday meditation, which was such a nice platform given to us. Now I
Yeah.
feel it's more a ritual. We are just taking a recorded message and doing. Can you just say how really that can be used perfectly and well as you are in it? I think that's a lovely instrument.
Actually, it's not one kind of ritual, but before the science explored the power of the collectiveness, that before that Baba has explained, and we are following that thing from many, many years. Every third Sunday, we do collective meditation for the world. And if we are doing it in the very nicely, we are giving importance. Many times, what happen? Sisters say that you come to center for the third Sunday meditation, but sometimes we don't pay that much attention. But if we go to the center and we do that yoga meditation in the collective form, definitely it is useful for us and for the world benefit also. So we need to pay attention on that. And every third Sunday, we get some kind of thought in the Murli itself, that what to take thoughts on and to how at that stage and how to spread the vibrations. So actually our yagya, our seniors really are doing hard, but just we children need to do little attention. Yeah.
Also, I think, brother, that one thought actually we are all putting effort to become bodiless, soul consciousness. So that's our only aim. All we are putting all the effort to attain that stage. So maybe that one thought, maybe in collective form, can reveal.
I'm sorry.
That
Yeah, I was thinking like this. Everybody would think differently when we are sitting meditation, right? So somebody would be thinking about Parindam going there, and somebody would be spinning the discus of self-realization, or somebody would be experiencing or churning Murli or Farista Suruba, different thoughts, right? So it's all different thoughts. Though we all sit in the same room. It makes sense when somebody is giving commentary and then we all are following that, visualizing visuals in our mind based on the commentary. Then, yeah, of course, it makes sense. Then it will be one thought to some extent. We can expect that.
Yes, actually, in today's Murli, only initial phase, Baba has explained about the one thought, that one pure thought of becoming bodiless. Especially, Baba is saying that we should have this thought that I want to becoming the bodiless. In the collective form, if we have, then definitely there we will feel some magic, some change, big transformation.
Om Shanti, just adding one reflection to this is the intellect. Intellect
Yes, please, Om.
in creating thoughts, different thoughts, as brother has put now. We right now we are same topic, same concept, but we'll have different thoughts. So to align the thoughts to the single thought, so that we all have same thought, the intellect has to be aligned with the God's intellect. That is Srimad. So once the intellect is aligned to the God's intellect, then automatically thoughts also align. And the single pure thought, which is the most powerful thought, is I am a bodiless, and I am in a seed stage. So whatever deviations happen, they happen just because we go beyond the seed stage. We get into the, trapped into the expansion, our own sanskars, our own habits, our own belief systems. So once it comes my own, then there is some problem that deviations occur. So to have just one thought, one intellect is important, and for one intellect we have to follow Father. Follow Father in true sense means the Srimad accurately. Then automatically that and the seed stage. Seed stage is a stage where we can vibrate at the same frequency. All of us can vibrate at the same frequency, God-like frequency. Om Shanti.
Very, very nice, Ombhai. Deep and powerful point you raised, that we should not use our own intellect, but the Baba divine intellect, what Baba has given us in this birth. Then definitely there will come oneness. Very nice. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Sister,
Yes,
am I
Shri.
audible?
Yeah, yeah. You are audible.
Sister, I want to ask something. When Baba is talking about one thought, and if that one thought is a Shariri Bhava, and we all need to stabilize ourselves in that one thought in 1 second.
Second.
So when Baba says a Shariri Bhava, definitely it is stabilizing in the soul conscious stage, but does it also mean stabilizing in my Bindu Swarup, that is merging my thoughts, intellect and sanskar in that zero form? Does that also mean this? Or as one brother shared that a Shariri Bhava, one could go to Paramdham, another person could go to the subtle world. So what is it then?
Actually
Can you
say
please clarify?
that bodiless stage will not come instantly, but for this we need to go through the different kind of experiences. Like first we have that the farishta stage, then we will go to that sage stage. So it is the gradual process. So there is the means we get free from the deha bhan, that body feeling. That is the stage of the shariri, bodiless stage, that seed stage. But there, to reach that stage, we need to go through the different commentaries or different kind of meditation, means experiences of if we are not experiencing the farishta stage throughout the day, we are not feeling ourselves light, then we will not reach that bodiless stage. So this is the process. If anyone wants to add, most welcome.
It's just a process, sister. Like, see, if I'm sitting in this room, I've got all my clothes on, I've got my makeup on, I've got my this. So slowly I come out of it. So the first stage of coming out, and then I remove one thing. That's what you meant. When I remove one thing means I'm still a body of light. I'm still a body, but I do not have that real consciousness of a body. So we call it as a Parishta stage. Then I rise above. So as and when you go, when I strip off, little by little, when I reach a particular point, that's when I'm totally nil, I'm just a point. That's the stage of what we call it as totally bodiless, merged with one. But as you rightly said, it's not something which I can just jump into Paramdam. No, it's slowly going, and then it's a second door, and then going it. So we can visualize it as if I'm removing something, and in the end you see, oh, it's nothing but just me and Baba. That's how is from my mind, sister.
Yeah, actually, my experience is that when we do meditation and we experience the deha bhan, that feeling of the body existence, and gradually we get free from that existence, feeling of the existence. Then when we do this repeatedly, then in our mind, means in ourselves, there is built up one type of mechanism. And later on, whenever you sit for meditation, you no need to give so many thoughts or guided commentary to have that stage, because that comes in the automatic stage. But to have that in the automatic stage, we need to do earlier that type of effort, that type of regular practice. But after some time, it is very easy to have that stage. It's my experiences. Yeah, I feel that according to time, we need to move forward. Thank you everyone for sharing and churning. We are having some announcements. So over to you, Rakiben.
Yeah, this Sunday we have a master class which is being conducted by senior Rajyogi brother Balakishore Bhaiji, which is good, wherein he's going to be taking us through how do we churn Avik Murlis to different ways. And there's a request that we all will go through and come prepared by reading this Murli dated 4th of July 1971, which is Easy Methods of Remembrance. And I'll personally say if we can also read that Murli in Hindi and English both while we attend this session, because he's going to take us through how do we practically see applying Avik Murli studies back in life. So this is going to be a session this Sunday at morning 5 o'clock. Soon we shall also share the flyer. So request you all to come prepared for this session. Om Shanti. Over to you, Pratipadan.
Thank you. So let's have Baba's remembrance for a few seconds. Om Shanti. Thank you so much, all divine family.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Pratibha Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. And let's take this practice of practicing being in the soul conscious space for the entire day. And we all meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.